And on Fox Sports around Australia, CFC 5, the showdown. It continues. We are getting towards main event time. At the moment, at under 77 kilos, or welterweight if you like, it is lethal Jon Leven making his way to centre ring at the moment, up against the tough Canadian, trained by one of the legends in Elvis Sinisic. I speak of Jesse Landry.
Looking at the tail of the tape, Andy, not much separates these fighters except for Leven's experience. He's been there, he's done that, he's seen everything from wins to losses, and he's been a force in every single one of his fights.
Two exponents of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Here is Jesse Landry, and if quality of corner counts for anything, Landry has got it all going his way. There is Sinisic, along with UFC veteran Anthony Perosh. Gary Edwards is there too for the final few steps, making his way inside the cage. The house full sign-uppers here at Luna Park, and we are ready to get it on at welterweight. It is lethal Jon Leven and Jesse Landry.
This bout is sponsored by Funky Web Solutions. 3-5 when the bell rings.
Once again, 3 5-minute rounds is what is in front of us. And there is Leven on screen at the moment in the blue trunks, Landry in the black.
Jon Leven opening up the fight there with some great punches. He's got Landry on the back foot here.
Powerhouse to open this one off. Both guys showing a certain aggression, looking for that dominance early, as much physical as it is psychological. And in the black trunks, Jesse Landry has his man against the cage door. Looking extremely composed is Jon Leven from Sutherland in New South Wales, part of Team CFS. They go to the ground and we have blood already. It is coming from the face of Jesse Landry.
Jon Leven's looking for a guillotine choke there. Let go when he realized he wasn't going to get it, so now he's going back to striking. Big knee to the head.
And when we talk striking, we're not just talking hands, as we saw with that big left knee of Jon Leven, who looks perhaps the more comfortable of the two on his feet. Just as we say that, Landry charges forward. And he has certainly popped the nose, Jesse Landry. Blood streaming down the torso. Fighting in pain from the early couple of seconds here. Composure of both men is absolutely first class.
Doing well to control each other, Andy. Not giving each other much to work with. As Landry stays back, landed a nice punch, and Leven, of course, throwing one back, saying, can't get away with that one.
Both guys, good indicator there. They're not chinny at all. Two good, clean shots that were walked through by both men.
Come on, guys, work it. Improve the position.
You can hear the instructions from our referee asking to work it.
Come on, guys, keep working.
Steve Percival, the third man in centre ring. And across the cage they go.
Landry losing the...
Oh! And you spoke earlier about the guillotine. Here it is, Michael.
Excellent sprawl there. Leven looked like he had him down, but Jesse Landry stands back up and locks on a choke.
Landry was in a position of vulnerability. It was good defensive work there from Landry. Keeping his back towards the cages. Leven with the lower centre of gravity tried to push through him. They moved back into a one-on-one situation. Stand up if you like, a striking challenge. Nice left hand creeping through from Jesse Landry. He's trying to find his way on the outside of the right defensive hand of lethal Jon. Once again, it was Leven in the blue, Landry in the black.
Nice punch there from Landry. landed it just when Leven didn't expect it, and now he's worked for a hooking position here. Looking for that takedown, trying to bend the back there, but of course Jon Leven, he's seen it all before, he knows too well what's coming, so he's keeping very defensive.
And doing so by using the cage. Good body positioning, good cage positioning from Leven.
And a nice takedown there by Landry. Hooked the outside leg and dragged him down. Realised that was the only thing keeping Leven up. Now he's working from the half guard, looking to control with a crossface.
Wailing away with the forearms. There was Jesse Landry, and Leven is in trouble here. He took one right on the button. How he remained on his feet, I will never know.
Great work rate from both fighters, Andy. It's 40 seconds left in this final round. They've both worked very hard, and they're still not giving up on each other. Throwing punches, wrestling, clinching, throwing knees, it's all in.
Keep working, guys.
We've seen a bantamweight battle. This is a welterweight war. CFC 5. Coming to you next on Friday, November 7, the Eliminator, a four-man elimination for the lightweight title.
10 seconds, guys. Let's go. Come on. Last 10 seconds.
Both guys almost playing to the bell here. Final couple of seconds of round number 1. And they will finish it on their feet. Difficult round to score.
Extremely difficult, Andy. Here we see Leven getting the upper hand towards the first part of the round. Did well to defend there. Here he is again throwing those punches. Landry, nothing to do but to run away and come back into it.
Both men have been stuck in a striking position at different stages over the course of the opening round, and it was a round that had a little bit of everything. Some good stand-up work and some solid shots, as well as some good ground and pound, and I guess a counter-wrestling role, most of it by Leven from the floor. This is round number 2, and again, it's hands up. And the gloves here, the CFC gloves that are mandatory, part of the rulings here. They don't protect your opponent. Basically, all the gloves are doing is protecting your knuckles.
Landry doing really well there. Threw his punches, and each one of them actually hit their target. Jon Leven couldn't do much to stand up, so he's down on the ground on his back, up against the cage.
Familiar face there, Ian Schaffer, screaming instructions to his charge, lethal Jon Leven. That's Schaffer in the blue shirt, in the blue corner here tonight in this one, sponsored by Funky Web Solutions, one of our great corporate supporters. And once again, opening up is Jesse Landry.
He's
doing well. Jon Leven's trying to lock his opponent down, can't quite get it. Landry's finding the space to throw those punches, and these are usually the ones that score most in the referee's eyes. Dominating a position and dominating the striking in that position definitely scores well.
Elbows, big left ones, and the left eye of Jon Leven is almost swollen shut, so creeping through the defences already is Landry. Now, how much more will Steve Percival take of these two on the ground in this blue corner? Still defending himself and capably is Leven. What he's now trying to do is limit the offense thrown by Landry. He wants to get back to the feet because he's in a world of trouble here.
Stuck up against that cage, you can't move out, you can't escape. Landry's doing very, very well. Throwing those punches down. Leven can't do much here. He has to keep his hands up or wear the punches.
Both guys incredibly fit, both guys incredibly tough. They have worn some punishment so far in this one, perhaps more so Leven, still on his back on the mat. And we are halfway through round number 2 only.
Landry throwing nice elbows, Those are the damaging ones, Andy. Fight stoppers, if you will.
They certainly are. There's not a lot of meat on the elbow, so when it comes thudding down, it hurts. Almost 3 minutes into this second round. Been quite a showcase, this one. How close do you want to get on Fox Sports? You're as close to the action as you can possibly get without walking away with a black eye. He'll have a couple tomorrow morning, will lethal Jon Leven. That left eye already visibly swollen. Moving to the back as Landry. Has he hooked it in, Michael Bellos?
Landry's got it on tight, but Leven defending really well. He's caught the arm that's actually going to finish the choke and turning now. He's in the guard. It's his turn to strike now. Too bad for him. It's a little bit late in the round to start fighting from here. Landry with the armbar.
A problem for Leven, perhaps? No. That is exactly what Landry from underneath was looking for, that exposed left shoulder. What a round this has been. What about the fitness of these two warriors?
Leven copped a lot of punishment early there, but here he is working hard. He escaped a triangle choke that Landry was trying to put on just...
Oh! As tough as it gets. Ian Schaffer screaming instructions at Jon Leven, who is in a positive position at the moment. 30 seconds remaining in this round number 2. And the round, it started as all Jesse Landry's. It hasn't gone to Landry's script, though.
Right to the body, no to the head. That's it, keep working. Left to the head, short elbow, short elbow. Short right elbow, short elbow.
Final 10 seconds of this second round. We are heading into the 11th minute very shortly. Before we get there, it is time for these two to take a break. A well-earned one, too. This has been brutal.
Beginning of the round there where Leven got caught in the bottom. Couldn't change his position much, unfortunately. He took a lot of damage, especially to the eye. Here we see Landry locking on that choke. Oh, look at that. Andy, those are the ones that stop a fight.
How are we still going? Question for the ages, if you like. We are. And this is the third and final round. 5-minute periods and the big left kick from Jon Leven. Leven, one of his strong suits, Kung Fu along with BJJ, same as Jesse Landry. And both guys are going to need to call on every little bit of experience, every little bit of knowledge, every positive they have. And at the moment, the positives are the knees of Jesse Landry.
Leven did well with his defense. He kept calm, kept his arm in front to stop those hits going into his body, and now he's working up the cage. If he gets a takedown, he might be able to redeem himself. That last round, although he worked well, he got a big punch in, it did go the way of Landry.
As we see a lot of the time inside the cage, especially when you're talking about inexperienced CFC fighters, offense goes in waves. And these two have illustrated that. Both at times happy to have a rest, have a breather, but when it's on, it's two guys like two bulls going head to head. Steve Percival, our referee, trying to initiate. Talking to the two fighters in centre ring. And the knees of Landry, and so close to finding the chin of Jon Leven. We saw it now, last fight that went to the judges' scorecard. I speak of Wilkin and O'Callaghan. How close is this one?
Keep working, guys. Great job, guys. Great job.
Landry looking for the underhooks here, Andy. He's throwing those knees quite well. He needs to work more from here, otherwise he's going to get separated from this clinch. He's quite dominant, but he needs to progress his position or strike much more convincingly.
Let's do some work.
In your face with Jesse Landry in the black trunks. Against the cage, it is Jon Leven. And they were against the cage long enough, and our referee, Steve Percival, says back out in the middle. Who does this favour? We saw the kicks of Leven effective earlier. It kept Landry on the back foot, but they again moved back into the position that they have been a lot of the fight against the cage. It has been Leven wearing the punishment.
Leven looking for a trip there, trying to get Landry on the ground to finish this fight off in his favour.
Has Landry been stronger on the ground?
Landry has been really strong, he's been dominant. He kept Leven up against the cage for a long time and really dealt some damage. So he is fairly dominant, but it can turn. The tables turn very quickly in MMA. All it takes is one takedown, one punch, and it's over.
So impressed with the technical ability of both these guys. In fact, that has been the case here in Australia for the past 6 months. The athletes and the gyms continue to evolve, I guess, much like the rules of cage fighting have evolved since it debuted all those years ago in the United States of America. We are moving into the final minute and a half of this one. What a contest it has been at welterweight, both just weighing in under the 77-kilogram limit, and they have put on a showcase of Jon Leven and Jesse Landry.
No grabbing. Come on, guys, let's keep working.
Landry again working that clinch position, throwing those knees as he did before. He's quite efficient from there, but again, he needs to progress, otherwise the referee will just separate and stand them back up into the middle of the cage.
60 seconds. Don't leave it up to the judges.
Referee almost acting as a mobile timekeeper there, saying, boys, you've got 60 seconds. Who wants to impress the judges? Both do. You can be sure of that. And Landry, again, who has had success with his knees, continues in that vein. What a right hand by Leven.
Excellent counter there. He knew he was going to wear those knees, so he put his head down and threw that punch. Those are the ones that sometimes they sneak through. They could end a fight. 2 seconds out, that's all you need.
Main event not too far away for the world middleweight title at the moment. It is the welterweights under the bright lights, and they have put on a classic. Jon Leven, Jesse Landry, and we are going to be going to the judges' scorecards.
Nice kick there from Leven.
He was a toenail away from a knockout.
Of course, Landry showing that he can throw too. These big knees up in the clinch.
And very effective with the knees over the course of the contest. There was the danger. The danger for Landry was the right hand of Leven.
The judges' decision, ladies and gentlemen, was unanimous. One our winner coming way of our red corner, Jesse Landry.
Well fought contest, hard to argue.